So here we are, having basically just completed the first row of knots. You had your setup knot here, which was a constrictor knot. Then you went right into the series of half hitches, first over and through, and then under and through, repeating all the way around. In this case, I've got, after the start, I've got 4 and then 5 on the other side. I would say anywhere between 4 and 6 on either side is good for a can. Now, the second row, the first knot of the second row is going to be the same over-under half hitches, starting with this loop here formed between the constrictor and the first series. So we go in over, under, through that loop. Now every follow-up knot, working way around, attaches to the loop between the series and the row before it. You just want to be conscious of where you're doing these knots, that you're not doing them in the wrong spot. That's it. Okay? The next one goes here, and here, then here, then here, then here, then here. And what you'll find is that when you get back to this point and then go to this one, you're essentially going down in a spiral with each row. So you're going to work from the top of the can round and round and round till you get down to here. My next video will pick up down here, and I'll show you the process for making the bottom and finishing the cozy bag. It just so happens this size, which works for the can, is also great for the iPhone, with the exception of length. You'll just have to make it a little bit longer to use it as an iPhone case. Thanks for watching. Part 1. Okay, so I've reached the bottom of the object I'm covering. In this case, it's a can. The can is basically the proper size for making an iPhone case. Now when you reach the bottom, we're going to do what is known as half hitching to cover the bottom and finish the piece. So when you've reached this level, you will go to the next loop the same way as you've been doing all along, with a half hitch. But here's where the difference is. We're going to go to the next loop with the same half hitch. Okay? And then the next one, same thing. Just over and through. Sorry if that was a little bit dark, but you'll see it enough times here to get the gist of it. Sorry. Repeat, repeat, repeat. In a minute I'll be back to the point I started, on the bottom here I mean, doing the half hitch in. And what I'll do is I'll just continue along in the loop set up by the first row. What will basically happen as I reach now the first half hitch is I will start to spiral towards the middle. Okay, so here's the first half hitch that I did, and I'm just going to go in there. This is going to begin the spiraling closure of the bottom. It's also going to bring the pattern tighter. We're almost closed. no set formula here. This is definitely up to your preference. At this point it's almost closed. You might go one or two more times. To complete it, I think I'll do one more here.
Daddy?
What?
I need you to videotape it. Because I know that with my...
Okay. Now, to finish, okay, let me finish this, okay? Like I said? Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this end, rather than make a burn here in the middle, is I'm going to use my fid to send it back out the bottom here. Okay. So I've done my half hitch pattern all the way around until I've come to a closure. I've come back to the outside, and then what I like to do is just use my fid to feed it under these parts. Just kind of around the outer edge, and then what I'll do is I'll trim it, and I won't actually burn the end. I'll just let it sit there, kind of like someone would do if they were knitting or crocheting. They just feed it back in, feed the yarn. It won't come undone. It's not going to untie itself like that. Okay? Gets more paracord in it too if it's something that matters to you. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm going to feed this around a little bit, a few more times. It's almost back to where I started now. Pretty close. You could continue this all the way around if you wanted to, spiraling all the way around. It kind of creates a pattern a little bit here. But my only intent in doing this is just to get a little bit of that cord wrapped around so that I don't have to put a big burn mark on the bottom. And if one of these pieces was to pop out, I mean, it's only going to pop out by one, and it would have a long way to go before you would eventually have this thing unravel on you. Obviously, that's not going to happen. That's it. So that's kind of back to where I started. Flatten it out. It's on the bottom, so you don't really care too much what it looks like, but I think that looks fine. So I'm going to take this now, snip it right here. That's it. I had used a can here for size, like I said. I'll take that out. Now I'll just need to tighten up these beads and everything. Finish that off. But basically, when you pull these things together, it's going to cinch up the top. And then the sliding paracord beads can be used to lock that shut. And this will hold its shape. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.